Here's a quick question. How do you view politics? Is it the most serious game you'll ever play? One way to look at it is as a competition played largely by two sides, a group of jackasses and a herd of elephants. A thing people tend to want to know about themselves just as much as about anyone else is, what side are you on? What team are you on? If the pundits of traditional and even new media, as well as the dusty fucks on Capitol Hill, have shown me anything, it's that a lot of people look at politics as a team sport. Picking the team that closest resembles your views seems only natural. That's how the system works, right? This is your best bet, right? Well, not really. Of course, people can definitely ascribe to principles of being conservative or liberal, but what of these two parties in our two-party system? How many times have we seen overlap between Republican and Democratic politicians? Here's a more important thing to consider. Let's forget about parties and labels for a second. Think for a second about the representative you voted for, your senator, your governor, your mayor. How close have they kept to their promises on the campaign trail? How honest have they been with their constituents? Something I've heard my father say more than once was, I had to hold my breath when I went to vote. He said this about the past 4 Republican nominees, including Trump. Many of these people are career politicians. Why are we still letting the same people stand at the podium? When you get the same unpalatable candidates that are practically clones of each other, the feeling of having choice is very diminished. How boring would it be if only 2 teams were in the NFL with the same ho-hum players? But how about this? Maybe we're doing it wrong. Maybe we should be doing politics like we're buying a car. When you buy a car, you probably got something specific in mind. New, used, brand name, body type, there are a lot of factors. Point is, you're looking for what best fits you, and probably at the best price, because the vehicle you choose will be something you should be happy with. You'll be relying on it after all. Choose wisely. You're probably going to be stuck with that choice for a while. When you buy a car, you aren't dealing with just 2 dealerships or 2 companies though, are you? If we were to apply this to politics, think about how beneficial this would be for the average voter. The amount of competition the 2 old fart parties would have to deal with would shatter the strategy of neoliberalism or neoconservatism, whereas nothing much changes except maybe a good scandal here or a proxy war there. Maybe the tax rate goes up a little bit, maybe it goes down a little bit. Admittedly, the stagnant, stuffy politics seem to be headed out the door ever since Trump has more or less shaken things up. Say what you will about Trump, but for better or worse, he has changed the monotony of the political landscape. Think about the fact that we have a populist celebrity that hasn't been too heavily involved in the political landscape. The idea of others such as Kid Rock or The Rock running in 2020 sounds far less ridiculous than it did a year or 2 ago. The traditional parties will have no choice but to make concessions. Those that don't adapt will fall into obscurity. Don't believe me? Look at what's happened to political parties of the past. Look at what's happening to the Democratic Party right now. So long story short, don't play football. Buy a fucking car.
Let's hear the rest of it.